We already knew he was gonna be gone for a little while, but he always came back, besides this one time. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have some Jack in the Box. I got a bacon ultimate cheeseburger, some stuffed jalapenos, fries, mini churros, mini tacos, and this is new. They have like some crispy chicken combo thing. I don't know, but it's like, oh, crispy popcorn chicken? I don't know. And they had classic or spicy, which I don't taste nothing of spice, but I guess, right? This is hilarious. I never knew they had little mini tacos, yo. And I got obviously taco sauce, ranch, barbecue sauce, and you already know my DP. Ooh. And just in case I open a bag of hot Cheetos, you just never know, you know? I'm gonna try one of these little mini tacos. It's just like the big taco, but little miniature ones. I'm gonna say I've actually been getting the number 6, which is just the ultimate cheeseburger without the bacon, because I don't know, after a while just too much bacon, I don't know. But not bad. Yummy. I usually do get this and obviously fries and stuffed jalapenos. Never had the mini churros, never had the mini tacos, or this is brand new, so I obviously haven't had it. Obviously, I love hot Cheetos. Oh, I actually, this didn't come with no sauce or anything. I guess it's just like this, right? I feel like that would have been better if it came with like, not whipped cream, what is it called? Like that icing. But I wanted to talk to you guys about something I brought up a while back about my dad. You never really see my parents, or especially my dad, like randomly you see my mom, but nobody really knows what happened to my dad. To start, it was back in the day, obviously. Obviously, I don't want to say everything and just, I feel some stuff should be a little personal. I'm gonna try to tell you guys as much as I can. So my dad got in trouble with the law. Let's just say that. During that time, my mom wasn't really working. Me and my brother, I know I was like, I wanna say probably like 12, 13. And my brother was then probably like 14, 15. We didn't know nothing of what was going on. We already knew my dad would always be gone from his job because he was a truck driver. So he would be gone a couple of days and then just come back. And that was just like the routine we had, you know? Like we already knew he was gonna be gone for a little while. But he always came back, besides this one time. Those are pretty bomb. No. I wish these were like a little more thicker, you know, like kind of like this thickness. It seems like they come like little crumbs. My dad had that job, but finally one day he just didn't come back, and we get a call that something happened to him. We obviously didn't know what, but something happened to him and he got arrested. This happened in Missouri because since he was a truck driver, he was all the way out in Missouri. And we live in California, so obviously we didn't know what was going on. We couldn't see him. My dad was really the only one really working, so we couldn't even have money to go try to visit him. But either way, he told us, don't worry about it, blah, blah, blah. On the phone calls that he was able to do. Ends up, he was gonna get deported. But since he was arrested here in the US, he actually had to do a certain amount of time until he got deported. So this, like I'm saying, this happened when I was, what was it, like 12, 13? I forgot. I honestly forgot. I was really young. During that time, my parents weren't doing that great. He did several years here in the US, and then after that, he got deported. I think I was like 15, we actually was taken from the US, because I remember before that we were actually going to visit him because they actually transferred him because they found out he had kids and a wife. So they transferred him from Missouri to California. It would be from here, we were living in Pomona, and we did like a 2-3 hour drive. We would go visit him and talk to him, whatever. We were actually able to like, we couldn't touch him because I guess he was under like high surveillance or something, whatever. But we could see him, we could talk to him. At the jail, we were able to buy him food so he could eat it, because obviously jail food ain't obviously great. Oh, hold on. Just for future videos, can you guys actually hear that? Or is it just me tripping and like, damn, I could just keep on filming and not worry about it? And we were able to finally visit him because that wasn't much of like money being spent to go visit him. Obviously, at the same time, it's like, even if we could just go visit him and we spend a lot of money, whatever it was, at least it was easier than to visit him in Missouri, you know? But the thing about that too is, like I said, my dad was the only one that was working. So, well, not the only one, but my mom had like a little part-time job, but it wasn't nothing to like support a full family. So, what ended up, we would visit them and nice and all that. But during that time, we were starting to slowly lose everything we had. I know my parents had like an SUV, a van, and a Cadillac. And there it goes. We were slowly losing the cars. And then my mom obviously started trying to work more. But as much as we tried to still continue working more, even for me and my brother, we started working. I want to say he finally like got deported when I was a little bit like 15, a little bit over 15, probably almost close to 16. We didn't know what to do, like honestly, you know? Me and my brother obviously started trying to work too. I remember he had little jobs here and there. And that's when I started working as well. But during that time, we were still going to school, you know? So, so that's when I started working at the Mission Tiki. And I started working there, I think I was like 16, almost 17. And I was still going to school. So I was like going back and forth from working at the Tiki, going to school. Slowly after a while, it just wasn't enough, you know? Because truck drivers do make a good amount of money. And we just weren't making that amount of money, I guess, and compared to what my dad was making. And I guess his little side hustles. We weren't sure what was gonna happen with our dad, because since he got deported, we were trying to see if he was, like, what we could do in order for him to come back. But I guess from him, what he did, what they told us, that he wasn't gonna be allowed to be back in the US. If he did, he was actually gonna do, because I think he was supposed to do 10, but he ended up just doing 5 because of, I guess, being a good boy. If they caught him again in the US, he was gonna do 25 plus or something like that. And to us, it was just, it's stupid for him to try to come over here and hide and then getting locked up. Like, dude, like, if that would have happened right now and he was getting locked up for 25 years, like, I wouldn't be able to see him till I was like freaking 50 or something. Like, no, like, that's just ridiculous. I don't know. And then my dad would be ending up like some old man in jail, like, no, that's scary, you know? So after that, when we found out that pretty much he was never gonna be able to come back to the US, we slowly just kept on losing more and more. You know, we were hoping, hopefully he could come back, make some good amount of money, our family come back together, blah, 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 happily ever after. Life just isn't like that, you know? We ended up losing our house. Since I was working at the Tiki, I was trying to stay over here because at least I had a job, you know? My mom and my brother moved with my grandparents in La Puente. I stayed here. I actually found a friend. This is crazy. Okay, hold on. So during all this time, when my mom and my brother went out to La Puente, I was staying here, but I had nowhere to go. I just knew, okay, I have a job, but what am I doing? Where am I staying? That's another great thing where I gotta thank my friends. They would actually let me stay like at their house, shower at their house. And I ended up finding a friend that would sell me his car for $1,000. It was a Nissan Sentra. I think it was 89 Nissan Sentra. It was old, it was junky, but it literally got me to point A to point B, but not C, because that car was overheating all the time. It was just falling apart on me, but it was only $1,000. So I ended up getting that car, ended up kind of living in it. And at the same time, my friend Anthony and Chris, they'll let me kind of shower in their house because they kind of knew my situation. Like, they're, oh nuts, they're my best friends, and they knew everything. Honestly, I could never thank them ever more for that, you know. Sadly, one of them passed away. This is right here, Anthony Maris. Love you, brother. I don't want to get too sentimental right now. Thankfully for them, they made it a little bit easier. So I was living in my car. That's another, I want to say, a story time of things I went through with me living in my car, and it was just crazy. Oh my God, this thing is going insane. So all this was happening, and finally we were making a little more cash, whatever, you know, a little more stable. Oh my God. Cool. Okay. So like I was saying, we were making a little more cash, being able to be a little more flexible, I guess you could say. So we were finally able to go visit my dad, and he was in Mexico. It was just so crazy because before that, I wasn't able to visit him at all because, like I said, we lost everything. We lost our cars, we lost our house. We weren't able to travel or go anywhere. That's why I'm saying, like, I knew I had that job and I was just so afraid to lose it, which I stuck with it. And that's actually insane because if that did not happen, I would have never met Myra, you know? That's insane. We were a little more flexible with money, so we're finally able to go visit him. And he was actually staying at my grandma's spot that's in Mexico, at his mom's house. You gotta remember, he just got deported. He has nothing. He's been in the US for pretty much since his teenage years to where he was at that point, you know? So a lot of years without anything of knowing of with Mexico. And we would go visit Mexico, but it's just not the same, you know? I seriously wish these were so much bigger. They're so tiny. After all that, we were finally able to go visit my dad. We were able to finally like kind of talk to him without worrying about so much, because in jail, I don't know, you guys will know what I mean, you know? He was able to finally open up a lot to us. It just sucked what he went through, but at least, I don't know, he's alive. So it was finally actually good that we were able to visit him and talk to him. Honestly, that's where I guess you could say I was like still grateful. Like I was still able to visit my dad. More than when he was locked up. Things could have been way worse than what they were. I feel that's where I always stay, like, no, it could have been worse, everything's fine kind of thing, you know? But life is not perfect. And this seems so much easier. Mini tacos. More of the story, what I wanted to answer you guys was, my dad got in trouble with the law. Got deported. Everything went to shit after that. But we're all here today. And we're all fine. And I wasn't living in my car for so long. It was a couple of months. And then after that, since I was working at the Tiki and I had that little broken down car, I was able to fix it up a little bit. Since I fixed it, I was able to actually drive to La Puente. I finally said one day, like, hey, like I'm still working at the Tiki, but can I stay here, kind of thing. And obviously, it's my family, and they're gonna say yes. I moved in, car was getting better, and slowly after a while, I got rid of that car. Like I said, it was falling apart on me, and I saved up a little more money and got a different car. Slightly better car, I guess you could say. Still had to get like a car that was falling apart, but it wasn't falling apart that fast. And for anybody out there that has had a family member deported, especially a parent, you guys will know where I'm coming from. It honestly started when I want to say when I was like probably like 11. My parents were having troubles, and I already knew I would always be just like leaving the house because it was just bad at home, you know? So I would just leave the house, and me and my brother would just in the middle of the night just like, man, screw this. Like, it was just crazy. So we'll just leave. Let me just say that, you know, I don't want to go too detailed, but it was just crazy. We'll leave. Then that's what he got arrested in Missouri. We were probably, like I said, 12, 13. Anybody that's been through that, you would know what I'm talking about, you know? But it's always good to have family and friends. And I want to also say, because you know what's crazy? In situations like that, sometimes it's not even your family that helps you out the most. And it's insane because it should be like that. My good best friends that were there for me, Chris, Anthony, I don't think I could ever repay them back for that. During that time, I just want to say, it gets to your head. You start to think the worst. And when you start thinking like that, very negative, you know, your mind can make you want to do things you don't truly want to do. Yummy. And don't get me wrong, I love my parents, I love my dad, I love my mom. I'm just trying to tell you guys a little story that happened to me. And this is why he's never really around. And it's not that he doesn't want to be, he just can't. And that's the crazy thing about it too, you know? When a parent is deported, as a young age, I didn't know why was it like that, you know? I always felt in my head like, well, at least it could be worse. At least it's not that bad, you know? Because some people, they grow up with no parents. Some people grow up and their parents freaking hate them. Like, I don't know, it's crazy, you know? But anybody in that situation, if you're going through it right now, if hopefully you're watching this video, always stay positive, you know, keep your head up. I want to say all this happened with my parents getting into, I guess, bad terms with one another. I always had my brother as well there. So I thank my brother, I love my brother. And me and him always would know just what we went through. Yeah, hopefully you have a sibling as well that's always there for you, and you guys, as soon as something happens, you guys are there for one another. I have the last two little survivors here. Hoo-wee. Dum dum dum. Well, hopefully you guys liked this video. Hopefully it was a little distraction from this whole little quarantine that's going on. Well, not even little, but this huge quarantine that's going on, because people aren't even being able to go out doing the regular day kind of thing. Even for this, the whole little Jack in the Box, it was kind of scary going out and grabbing it. Because since this quarantine, we've been cooking more, we've been doing little home activities. The other day, Karina, obviously it was for a video. She made a whole little Skinny Squad board game and we were playing it. It was dope. I feel like little things like that, it's actually really tight, like getting the family together, you know? Even for ourselves, we're always playing. Well, for me and Raul, we're always playing basketball outside and doing little activities, I guess. And this damn machine keeps going off. But like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And like how I was saying, if you guys are going through some stuff, you know, always keep your head up. It's good to also vent, have a family member, a friend to talk to. Obviously, you're not the only one. As much as you want to say, oh, like my life is horrible, I can't believe this is happening to me, blah, blah, whatever it is, trust me, everybody's going through something. Nobody's life is perfect, nobody's life is simple. Keep your head up, you guys. Hopefully you guys like this video. Until next time, deuces.